VCR Redux will begin in T minus 5 minutes.
What the fart is VCR Redux?
It's the show where we take movies from the VCR era and bring them back to today.
How do we do that?
Well, we start by talking about a VHS classic, and usually you'll say something like,
I haven't been this uncomfortable since I watched Meatballs 4, Meatballs to the Rescue with my parents. Oh yeah, or you'll say something stupid like,
I wish we lived in a world where the Garbage Pail Kids made as many movies as the Muppets.
but I know you'll always see it through with a positive attitude.
I hate this movie, I hate being here, I hate all of this. Oh, Jamie Kennedy. Oh, well, shit. Well, let's go for this.
He was in Son of Mask. This is genius.
I am not a gamer. I'd rather read books.
Ian's like the old lady that's like, I got video game monsters, I got movie monsters in here.
As long as we respect the passion and the artistry that went into these films.
You know, obviously they took this movie, it's 93, right? And you're like, what do you want to see in your Mario movie? And they're like, oh, we want it to be grim, we want a lot of death, we want tits and ass.
Oh, and then we start the pitch ideas with modern day sequels like
Weekend at Bernie's 3, Cocaine Mountain.
Sometimes we take it kinda seriously.
I'll watch a Paul Verhoeven alien movie.
oh my gosh, that alien will have more vaginas than anything you've ever seen in your life. Sometimes this Hawaiian shirted fool will pitch something stupid like,
I would take out the virtual reality stuff and just have it be about Jeff Fahey mowing the lawn.
Sometimes the best pitches come from the live chat.
Alex Bonafonte also pitches Grand Theft Starfighter Vice Galaxy.
wait, I thought I had the best pitches.
And what happens at the end of the movie? The ultimate fart. The fart that the warmth goes like all the way down to your socks.
The only rules are, there are no rules. Sometimes we cross over franchises.
Only the truck from Tango and Cash can kill Christine.
And sometimes we travel back in time.
Like 1995 is missing a good Universal Soldier sequel.
But you never know what we're gonna pitch next.
What do you want Daniel Stern behind like a muzzled mask? Like,
We all know it should be Pesci behind the mask, and like underneath the mask, you should hear him going like fritter, 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 fritter.
you are so proud of yourself for that one. I can't stand you.
I would also love to see a Charles Bronson version of It's a Wonderful Life.
What?
Direct to DVD.
If you made a shot-for-shot remake of Scarface with Goofy as Al Pacino, it would be amazing.
Oh my God.
Dorsey, you need me to be the bad guy.
It's like the worst 1987 Disney movie Disney's ever made. Schlongo, directed by Jim Wynorski.
Like, I would watch a whole bowl of that.
Do the John Holmes story. Add a comedy spin to it.
Wow, the Wonderland murders are so funny.
I'd watch it on my mobile.
Something happens and he goes into a coma. He gets like, hit by a car or something. I know this is dark, but like, bear with me. He's got to go on.
Did you just go like Hard to Kill with Ferris Bueller?
I'd watch it on my iPad.
If you want to just like throw in the kitchen sink, I mean, it all works. Like Alien versus Predator versus RoboCop, like if that works. Alien versus Predator versus Terminator, that works.
Alien versus Predator versus Ernest, that works.
That works.
I respect everything you just said. I need David Silver and Terry Silver and the Sloan family all learning the Quicksilver, but they're doing it in Breakin' 3 Hydraulic Boogaloo. And it's underwater. It's gonna be incredible. Eat your fucking shit out, James Cameron. I got the underwater movie you can't touch.
That was the most disgusting thing I've ever heard in my life.
Mr. Toxie Goes to Washington.
My ass would be in the theater tomorrow.
If Harley Quinn gets 7 movies, then Tank Girl should get at least 70.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of in my life.
I mean, why should we even bother with Look Who's Talking when Air Bud is soaring to new highs?
All I know is I want Danny McBride.
I want him doing anything other than writing Halloween movies, honestly. Anything that keeps him away from that fucking job, I'm for it.
Just let him talk out of his butt. I don't care how he does it.
I'd rather not.
Austin Powers doing the Macarena.
That would be the opening credits. Come on.
But we have not yet had Die Hard on a half pipe. What if John McClane Jr. was a pro skateboarder and also an avid machine gun enthusiast? Skater Die Hard.
What up, virtual people? Welcome to the 214th episode of VCR Redux. We take your favorite franchises out of the analog era and bring them back to 2025. I'm your host, pop culture punk Chris Stiles, joined as always by my co-host with the most complaints, film professor Ian Klink.
Richard Mazer for life.
It's finally happening for you. And we have two radical guests on the show tonight. First up, back by popular demand, she's produced dozens of special edition DVDs, Blu-rays, and documentaries, and she's one of the hosts of the Spooky Picture Show podcast. Melanie Mullen is back on the show.
Melanie!
Hi.
Yes.
And here to keep us from singing off key, Fandom Spotlight's own musical expert, and the only one here who made it all the way to Carnegie Hall, Jazz Bielby is back on the show.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming back on.
Perfect.
Something like that, yes.
We are here today to cure hypochondria by murdering Macaulay Culkin and making 90s kids cry. That's right, folks.
Alert.
This world needs My Girl 3, and we're here to give it to you. But before Ian gets lost in the VCR's first ever Richard Mazer double feature, we got a dish on how My Girl came into our lives and what we love about it. And of course, that goes double for you at home and everyone watching the live chat. Was it Love at First Laserdisc, Vital VHS? Hit us up in the chat and let us know how My Girl came into your lives. But Jazz, when did you first get My Girled?
So I was very young. I was watching it over a neighbor's house. As I'm sure, like many of you out there, I was completely traumatized as a very young child, and I ran home crying to my mom because Macaulay Culkin was dead. And yeah, I mean, that was my first experience. I also watched it again a few years ago. I didn't have that same visceral reaction, but it was still, very heartbreaking.
This is one of those moments in the 90s, like, if you don't cry when Macaulay dies or when Shadow comes back in Homeward Bound, you kind of have no soul, in my opinion. But we'll dive deeper into that, into the philosophical, into the religious aspects of My Girl.
Moment was supposed to make us cry.
You goddamn right it was.
I love Homeward Bound. Oh my god.
Dude, that is a joint I would love to re-smoke on this show one of these days.
Not lost in San Francisco, though.
Yeah, dude, that is my kind of San Francisco treat. That is the rice-a-roni of my film library, my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sinbad can do no wrong. Even Jingle All the Way is good when Sinbad's on screen.
I love Jingle All the Way as well.
I am a Sinbad.
Oh, man. So mark your calendars, folks.
Can we
This
do
is gonna be
House
better.
Guest?
Oh, I've been wanting to do House Guest forever, ever.
Melanie, I hate you. What? Nobody.
Yes, thank you,
The only
Melanie.
podcast that talks about house guests.
You goddamn right. Phil Hartman.
I remember seeing that in the theater.
When he says you're rich in love, in family, in the young family, oh, dude, that just heals my heart every goddamn time. And then they sing Christmas carols about cheeseburgers, and that is like poetry to me. Anyway, this is now the House Guest episode. We're changing plans. We're shifting gears, folks.
I like this.
I've already forgotten. No, all right, we came here to do My Girl. All right, Melanie, when did you first get My Girl?
I have no clue. I have absolutely no clue the first time I saw this movie, but I do. It's always, of course, it's going to be ingrained in you. You're like, I remember Macaulay Culkin in that coffin, and they got the bee stings covered up with makeup, and she's like, he can't see without his glasses. And then and I mean, don't get me wrong, I wasn't traumatized because I'm a monster, but like I totally saw it and was like, oh, that sucks, and like moved on. But I still very much like I remember you're like, ugh.
It was a brave choice. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So this is such a funny thing that memories are literally coming back to me now of this movie that I remember the broad strokes, and I'll get to all this. But yeah, there's so much to fucking unpack with this movie. All right, before I really go on a tangent, Ian, what cornfield did you see this in?
So I mean, of course they played this on HBO all the time, but I remember my sister renting. It was you go to the video store, you get yours, my sister gets hers, but you fight to who's gonna watch it first because there's only one VCR in the house. So I remember my sister won that night, and we're eating pizza and we're watching My Girl, and I want to say she had a couple of her friends over watching it too. But Yeah, My Girl was definitely. Well, for me, it was, of course, I'm watching it and I'm like, oh, that's Dan Aykroyd. That's Ray from Ghostbusters. Yeah, I'm gonna watch this. And then it's like, oh, that's the True Lies lady. Yeah, I'm gonna watch this. Like,
Oh, so you did True Lies had already come out by the time you saw this.
well, I don't
Okay.
know. That's just I can't
I
remember
think
what
My Girl was before True
My Girl
Lies.
was, but I think by the time Ian saw it,
Oh,
But I'm
it was
trying
a
to think
couple
like
years
how.
later or
But I'm trying to
something.
think of how I know. Like, we've talked about this. Like when you associate an actor with the first movie you see with that actor. I don't know how I did. I know it wasn't Halloween,
Okay.
but I know that.
See, for me, for a long time, Jamie Lee Curtis was the woman from Forever Young with Mel Gibson and Elijah Wood. Another early 90s
Oh
joint that, like, don't tempt
yeah,
me.
she was the
Don't,
mom.
yeah, that's right. And she's good in that. Like, it's just a fine little movie. It's not great. It's not terrible. It's okay. Once every 10 years, it's a good time.
But I do remember. I mean, like everybody else, I don't remember crying, but I remember my sister and her friends crying, and knowing that I could make fun of them right now, but I probably shouldn't, because this is probably a cold mo. I mean, again, like as I'm older now, if I'm watching it, and it's been a few years, I probably would be crying. At 40 years old, I'm going to probably cry at that movie. But as a kid, I just remember that playing. And then it was like, that's one of those movies that every girl in the classroom saw. Like if every guy saw, if we all
Like every
saw,
kid saw, in
if
my
we saw
school.
Jurassic Park, all the girls saw, every girl saw My Girl. Like that was, you
I
had
don't
to
know.
be.
You're doing a lot of genderizing there, and
All right, you know what? I'm done.
just
This is what I quit. All right. It was
no, I'm just
1990. It was 1994. Leave me alone.
It was
God,
1991, but
but I don't remember.
that's okay. You were high on meth in 1991. I know. Um, you and those those moonshiners out in Iowa.
Whatever. No, I
Um,
just remember. I just remember like that was like it was the movie to go to like at the birthday party that year. If it was a girl birthday party, they rented My Girl. I just that they always would come back to school and talk about My Girl. So, and I knew what they were talking about because my sister had rented it, so I knew the movie. And then they started playing it on HBO. And I know we talked about this, but like HBO in the '90s would play safe movies during the day because kids would be home. So My Girl was heavy rotation in like
see,
1993 on
you
HBO.
just sold something that was I like to call America right there. The 90s, and it was a safety. You had My Girl, and there was birthday parties, and just where has all this gone? Damn it. I'm 41 years old, and I haven't gone to a birthday party in forever. No. So
It went
I'll
to
get to my
tax
first time.
fell.
What's
It went to taxes and a mortgage.
Yeah, right. I go to H&R Block now and fucking the grocery store every
Whatever.
day
I
of my
use
life.
TurboTax.
Yeah, I have one of those.
Who's
cheap
gonna
sites.
travel to a
I'm like,
store?
I have no assets.
I love how I'm just making up things to sound adult. Like I go to the tax place, man, right? The accountant. I go to the jail, or wait a minute,
You're
where
the
do you go?
Steve Buscemi of adulthood.
I go to the bar fight, right?
What's
What is
happening,
that?
youngsters?
Yeah. Eating, my fellow teenagers. All right, so who's in the live chat? What fellow teenagers of us are getting My Girl in the chat? We got Angie Saunders, the Mashup Genius. Cobra Kai Never Dies, our good friend Joanne. Jennifer Doxakis, new name. Thank you for tuning in. Jason Brownie, another new one. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Martin Murray, Fandom Spotlight fame. Check out his writings. He's always churning out Phantom Spotlight greats. Mikey Riffraff, the other Mashup Genius. Whiskey 41, the great Alex Bonafonte. Michael Ricci, our favorite location scout. Dustin Nino of Retro Fiend Radio. Caitlin Altman, America's Next Top Model. So thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Martin Murray says, I loved Home Alone, watched it all the time. My mom introduced this to me, and I just couldn't believe they killed Kevin off. So I was kind of right there with you. I remember my first reaction being like, at first, I felt robbed as a moviegoer. I was like, oh, sweet, Macaulay's in this extra bonus. Oh, wait a minute, he's dead? Oh, now this movie sucks. And it took me, I think, like a rewatch to appreciate like the actual movie and just like dealing with that you're not getting like Home Alone 1.5 or whatever, you
Yeah.
wanted. I was like
He
7 years
had
old.
range.
He did, I will give him credit. It's just he made some bold choices, or his
I
parents
love the
made
good
bold
son.
choices for him. This
The
and the
Good
Good
Son.
Son.
One of the
Dude.
one of the I mean you have to I know this I mean we know
Can't
the
yeah.
story now that his dad was like
Oh,
we
yeah.
all know that, but like what great decisions for his career though, in the weirdest way.
Sure.
Yeah.
By doing Good Son and doing My Girl in between the Home Alones, power move.
So
Like
yeah, and
you're
you look
gonna
at him and
you're
then
gonna go to set and you're gonna let those bees sting the shit out of you.
and then you're gonna go and you're gonna murder people on the freeway in the Good Son, damn it.
That's right, but smart move. Because it
That was
worked.
a good,
It
yeah.
worked. It worked. I
It
mean,
did, yeah.
you
I mean,
know,
that was his, his sleeping with the enemy or his, it was almost Hitchcockian for us 90s kids, at the time. The
sleeping
Good Son. Man, I
is
love that.
sleeping with the enemy.
Well, it kind of had like that. There was this vibe of movies around that time, like The Deceived with Goldie Hawn, which is connected to this for
Yeah.
me.
Wow.
There
Also
was this kind of.
starring John Hurd, the dad from Home Alone.
That's right. Yes, it all comes back.
Yeah.
Yes, dude, the early 90s was deliciously deceitful and sleazy, and there was a lot of Lifetime movie and Murder, She Wrote in the air, and I was high on all of it. I still am.
Like literally, if you think about it, the 90s, everything was at the video store for every single member of your family.
Oh yeah, everything from like the Amy Fisher
literally,
story to
this got My Girl to, My Girl. I went over and I got, Bloodsport, or Blood Fist, whichever one it was. Dad got the Steven Seagal movie and Mom got Forever Young. It's like they had it. Like they had it, man.
America. What happened? What happened? How did we get to where we are
My
now?
childhood blockbuster is now a Yogurt Land.
Couldn't even be a TCBY. Like
I think mine's a.
Does TCBY
Retro
still
store.
exist?
no, of course not. I'm a
Okay, well, I
ridiculous
didn't know. I
person.
don't know if it was like an East Coast thing because I remember
I
we
wish.
had like one out here.
I think if it had any
Of course,
chance,
it
it
went
would
out
be
of
on the West
business,
Coast somewhere.
but, yeah.
Santa Monica, or like Ojai. Maybe there would be a TCBY in Ojai. I could see.
I wish it
I'm
was
rewatching
still around. The
90210.
place was
Give me a
good.
second. No, I miss it. Yeah,
I always
do.
thought it was Takabi.
See, and I don't know what that means.
That just
The
means
letter.
Ian read it as like a word, like
I thought it was
a
it'll
word.
be
I thought it was
tick
Takabi.
tick by, Tispy.
Oh, I'm stupid.
Yeah, no, we're stupid. So Michael Ricci in the chat, I see. Or wait, I'm sorry, I'm skipping over Dustinino. Dustinino from Retro Fiend Radio makes the finest canon and martial arts docs on the interwebs. You guys better be checking out Retro Fiend Radio. He says first time I saw this was on HBO during the summer, over and over and over. Oh, that's so a thing. Yes, I remember that. He says it was always on. I loved how My Girl 2 took us to the La Brea tar pits. Weird tangent sidebar. Every fucking Austin O'Brien movie takes you to the La Brea tar pits.
It really
somehow.
does.
It's weird. There's this weird like space-time continuum temporal junction moment there for him in his career. And shout out to our friend of the show, Natanya Ross, whose first childhood boyfriend was Austin O'Brien. So I always think that's a cute. And Natanya, we got to get you back on the show. I know you're watching. Any rate, so yeah, I definitely feel you though on that being a thing. HBO. That's where I learned to appreciate this movie. What were you saying?
Well, we're gonna come back to because that boy did not give the credit. He didn't get the career he deserved. But we'll come back to it because I want to hear your.
Who didn't get the career?
Austin O'Brien.
Austin O'Brien.
Oh,
I think he just, some people
he got a
have,
lot of chances.
Well, some people have just have a lot of success as, a child and a teen actor, and that either just doesn't translate to an adult, I don't want to say an adult film career, but it does, it just doesn't always, yeah, but I won't mention any names, but yeah, sometimes it just doesn't, it just doesn't translate sometimes. And then sometimes people are like, yeah, it was fun while it lasted, but I don't want to do this the rest of my life.
But we had a trifecta because it was My Girl 2, Last Action Hero, and Pre-Hysteria. The dinosaur movie.
He got chances, dude. And Babysitter's Club, like the dude was around more than you think. That's where he met Natanya.
I love the Babysitter's Club movie. It was so good.
It
Can we
was.
do
That's
that?
check out our episode of that. Shout out to Natanya and
Oh,
another
god
great.
damn it. You already did it and you didn't have me on, of course. I love that.
They do
movie.
boxcar.
Uh,
Do they do
we will
children?
find a way to
Was there a
right some
boxcar
of these
children
wrongs.
movie?
We do what?
Was there a boxcar children movie?
God, I wish there was. I love those
Boxcar
books.
Children.
You didn't know boxcar children?
Was that by the same lady, Ann Martin, who did Babysitter's Club?
It was like it was like the next to the shelf at Scholastic. It was to like
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I didn't read Boxcar Children or Kids or whatever, but I did read Babysitter's Club.
So
Not
before you,
insane, right, Chris.
yeah.
Chris, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, no, Boxcar Children
Yes,
for
you know what I'm
sure.
talking about?
Yeah, I remember the books. I loved the books. I don't think there was ever a movie though, but I mean, it feels like it should have been right next to Runaway Ralph, which did get many made-for-TV movies, which I did love. I think that was like a Roald Dahl, you know, so it's kind of on the witches
Yeah, they did a
shelf.
TV movie with Fred Savage.
We did a couple of those.
yeah.
Those were good. Yeah,
I
anything that
remember
has like
that.
a
You guys
mouse,
remember
anything
that?
that has an animal or a
Yeah.
kid driving a vehicle, I was definitely high on that sauce back in the day. Any rate, in the chat though, I see Michael Ricci daring me again subliminally, him saying, I first saw this movie on VHS after school when a soccer game got canceled and a double feature with Ghost Dad. So you're just taunting me to do Ghost Dad on the show. Don't think I won't. I will do it.
No.
Ghost Dad 2, The Audacity. Mark your calendars, folks. It's gonna happen. I'm kidding, of course. I
Constant
wish.
Leonard Part 5.
I think it's Leonard Part 6, sir. Martin Marudo saying Good Son is so underrated. Angie Saunders saying I liked him in Saved. Was that Macaulay or was that Rory Culkin?
Macaulay Culkin was in Saved. He was
Macaulay Culkin
so
was in
good in it.
I haven't seen Saved. You know, I
You
still haven't
haven't,
seen.
it's excellent.
I'm embarrassed, but I also haven't seen Party Monster, which I've been meaning to watch
I
for like
also have not
forever.
seen Party
You
Monster.
guys
I
haven't
have
seen
not
Party
seen
Monster?
Party Monster.
Yeah,
It's a
kind of
brave.
got.
That's a brave performance.
I
Like
kind of stopped around Richie Rich or the Page Master or whatever his end of his childhood run was for a while.
Master. Now we're talking.
Oh yeah,
I never
dude,
saw The Page Master, but
Oh,
I
it's-
liked Richie Rich a lot.
Richie Rich was a
It's
fun
still
one.
a treat. That one hits. That one hits as you're an adult.
I would
Really? It
definitely
looked like a
do.
nerd movie.
Well, we're nerds.
Oh
so-
yeah, well look who's on the show. Look at the shirt. Look at the hat. Like, come on.
We all
I'm like
can't
a
be
poorly
held
dressed version
cool,
of Ducky,
Mel.
and I'm 41 years old.
Oh my gosh.
So, but some love for the good son in there. And also I think I see some baby pictures somehow, something in the chat, but I know it is Angie Saunders' son John, who's watched the show many, many times, birthday. So happy birthday to you out there, John. We
Birthday.
appreciate you guys, the Saunders crew, Mikey Riffraff, all you guys. Thank you so much.
I hope he likes My Girl.
My first time getting My Girl. This is so funny because I mentioned The Deceived and it all ties together now. I was on a cruise ship when I was like 6 or 7 years old. My family kind of had it going on in the late 80s and early 90s. And we went on like cruise ships for spring break, like 2 years in a row. And this cruise ship had a movie theater on it, and I was in heaven. And the movies that I watched were Doc Hollywood many times, The Deceived several times, Late for Dinner at least 1.5 or 2 times, and My Girl I watched at least 1 or 2 times on that ship. And that was just like, that was great. I don't think I got, one bit of suntan. I think it was in that fucking movie theater like that whole time.
Still don't have us tan.
I still have no fucking tan to speak of.
Look
But
at
yeah, no,
me.
this was a great, I have so many fun memories. This is one of my favorite vacations ever. So thanks, Mom and Dad, for making childhood pretty cool back in the day. But yeah, My Girl was a real treat. Like I said, I remember feeling robbed at like the Macauliness of it, but then rewatching it years on, and on like the many, many HBO repeats, this was just like a summer movie. Like if you would go from Dennis the Menace to My Girl with like the greatest of ease, and the 90s was just fun.
Yep.
HBO was great, and in the evenings you'd enjoy maybe a little Weekend at Bernie's too. That's getting a little bit later on. Any rate, so, and we'll get into My Girl 2 as well. But yeah, this movie I just started to appreciate more and more and more. Like I started to appreciate the Jamie Lee Curtis of it. I really started to appreciate the Griffin Dunn of it. He is like one of my all-time favorite actors and so underrated
So
and
cute.
like
So
yes, right? Like he had this thing going on in the early 90s where they're like,
I would have been in love with him too if he were my teacher.
right? Yeah, like
Yeah.
he's a handsome man. Like he's just like he's got this empathetic, warm quality that you just, and everything from Johnny Dangerously, and he's actually having like a film festival with Q&As up in like Pleasantville, New York this weekend. I really wish I could be there for that. The man is going to be taking questions on Johnny Dangerously. I mean, we do not deserve this man. And then of course like After Hours and the other stuff too. But any rate, yeah, so just kind of big Griffin Dunn fan. Years later, I think I learned to appreciate the Richard Mazer of it, which kind of brings me to the sequel there. So for everyone who's seen it, I know not everyone has seen My Girl 2. Jazz, you said you haven't seen it. So this is an interesting perspective then. So for everyone else, is My Girl 2 a thumbs up or a thumbs down for you? It's a thumbs up for Ian. I'm not
From
surprised.
what I remember, it was a thumbs up. It very much it keeps with the coming of age-ness of the first one.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And it does what a good sequel does. It's not the same movie, but it's kind of the same movie.
Yeah.
Different location, same things you have to kind of go with in a weird way. But we're still going to give you Dan Aykroyd and Jamie Lee Curtis. We're still going to give you, like, I think it's one of the better sequels.
It's got a little smidge of that like Look Who's Talking To element where it's like we don't really have that much to say, but we had a great time doing this, and we'd like to get the whole band together for one more run.
Yeah, that's
and,
honestly that's
and
what
there's
it
nothing
feels
wrong with that. Like I enjoy Look Who's Talking To. You give me Elias Koteas, yeah, like that man can do no wrong as well.
Casey Jones.
Yeah, that's right, man. Long live Casey Jones. And the man's in Some Kind of Wonderful. Another huge joint we need to unpack one of these days.
Oh God, I hate that movie. Don't get me started.
Oh God, you're on it then. You're on that episode.
The better version of Pretty in Pink.
It is, yeah. You're either a Pretty in Pink person or you're Some Kind of Wonderful person. And I guess Melanie
person.
Clearly team Pretty in Pink.
And I would have chosen Blaine too.
Well, Ducky was supposed to...
Science, Melanie.
Ducky was supposed to be played by Robert Downey Jr., and I think in that version, she would have wound up with Ducky, and audiences could have accepted it.
Yeah, in that version, I would have been like, girl, just date both.
See, now I want to see this version so bad.
I know, right? In the alternate universe, like the Tom Selleck Indiana Jones and the Eric Stoltz Back to the Future and the weird shit that like only I want to see.
What is it about this lately? Stop with the Eric Stoltz thing. He got
lately. This has been going on
reason.
since like the internet in like 1998 found out about this.
You're not going to get the Stoltz cut. Leave it.
Yet we still get little more snippets of it like every couple of years.
It exists.
Like, it's for real. Yeah, it's out there.
If
people, dude, they're on the everything cut. First of all, they're on. Give me the Ayer cut. Give me the Schumacher cut. Like, give me the Stoltz cut. Goes back way before all this shit. It just didn't have a little hashtag restore the Stoltz verse, going in its favor. But goddamn, if Stoltz and Snyder teamed up, I would just be in weirdo nerd heaven now. Although it could be the worst.
Zack Snyder?
Yeah. It could be the worst movie ever made, though. But either way, I need to see it.
No, he was talking about Paul Schneider.
I don't know.
All right, I got way lost. I need to reboot here. Okay, so My Girl 2. It, like I said, even though it has a little bit more to say than Look Who's Talking To, I will say that. Like the mom storyline is like enough to go for. Spoiler alert, Jazz. I'm sorry.
It's only been almost 40 years.
I was gonna say it's been long enough. I think the spoiler can be lifted.
We started this episode saying Macaulay Culkin was
what is the spoiler? Her mom's been dead since the first movie.
Right, but that the plot of the movie is like it's the search for my dead mom in a sense. It's one of those.
Just trying to find out
so
more.
It's like a Shutter Island kind of thing. Okay, I got you.
Kind of, yeah. Not Shutter Island.
Less smoking.
Exactly. Yes. Oh, and My Girl 2 also takes us back to the Jarvis house from Friday the 13th Part 4.
Thank you. I've been trying to confirm that, and I knew you were the person to confirm or deny that. I knew that was the fucking Jarvis house. As soon as I got on that porch, I'm like, shit. It looks more different in this movie, though, on the inside than ever. It looks like a warm, nice place to be. Every other time I see the Jarvis house is something like creepily.
Isn't that house in like the middle of like a big like?
It's in Topanga Canyon, so it's actually like right in, but it's essentially like between if you're between like the San Fernando Valley is on one side and Malibu is on the other side.
It's so weird.
And for the
Really,
trivia nerds
it's
in the chat,
absolutely beautiful there.
Wow.
what else has it been in? I know it's been multiple Friday the 13th movies.
It's been used in a lot of stuff. It was used repeatedly in the show This Is Us.
I was gonna bring that.
It gets used in commercials all the time. I got to visit finally last year because it was for sale, and I went during an open house.
Oh, that's so
And
fucking
I
cool.
almost peed my pants. It was
Oh.
the greatest day of my life. I may as well have driven off a cliff. That was like afterwards. That was like my Mount Rushmore of filming locations.
That's towards
because
Malibu.
I only have a couple of those. Melanie and I have talked about this. You know, it's Dinosaur Park for me is one of the big ones. Dylan's house, 90210, which I imagine, of course, it's just the exterior. Same with like the Walsh house. But yeah, 90210 runs very, very deep for me. So Michael Ricci already in the chat with the.
I just need to see that street that Richard Mazer was in License to Drive holding the
Oh, the fucking Pampers. Yeah, the
I
diapers.
think that's in I believe that's in Brentwood or maybe Westwood, kind of like on the west side of LA near like UCLA.
That's awesome. I'm going. All right. Thanks, Mel.
Yes, Melanie is always our go-to source for the film locations. You and our good friend Bobby Master are definitely are the experts on that, for sure. I defer to the experts on that. So anyway, the pitches are coming in the chat, and I guess it is time. So already Michael Ricci leading us off with My Girl Interrupted. So that actually,
Lord,
I would watch it though, honestly. Like,
Sure.
you know, everyone goes through shit sometimes, and maybe she went through some shit at one point in life. But
Well, she
ironically,
did grow up in a funeral home.
Yeah,
Right?
like do you deny that her adulthood? There's
She
not...
grew up in a funeral home. Her best friend was killed by bees.
Yeah.
Her mom is dead.
Dad
never
plays,
had any.
Dad
Yeah.
plays tuba to grandma.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah.
She lives in
She watched her
Florida.
grandma rot. Yeah.
She lives in Florida. Like she
Yeah, she
kissed
kissed
her
her
Oh, that's right.
sort
Yeah.
of.
So she kissed her
Sort
cousin. Yeah,
of.
that's right.
Sort
yeah.
of. It wasn't
Sort of,
really
yeah.
her cousin, but you know.
You know,
If
it's
he's cute, it's okay.
here's my thing with Austin O'Brien, and I'm sorry to the Austin O'Brien fans out there, but I feel like there is not a time in his life where he would not have been better suited with Jonathan Brandis taking on the
Yeah.
role. Like Last Action Hero would have been better. I feel like he would have been a dreamier dreamboat in My Girl 2, and I feel like I would have actually watched Pre-Hysteria. So.
Yeah, was he on Sequest though by the time this is because he was older by that point, right?
Sequest, Schmequest, even
I think
still.
him and Austin O'Brien were around like the same
Around the same
age.
time.
Close
but-
enough. Yeah, I feel like he could
Oh
have.
my
Yeah,
god, have you ever done ladybugs on here? I love
I love ladybugs. I feel like I've been. Yes, dude, let's do it.
I love ladybugs.
I absolutely love that movie. And shout out
the
to
audacity. You guys call me out of not being 2025. We're gonna do ladybugs. Get out of here, people.
you get out of here. There's no
It
wrong
was
way
a
to Jack A.
movie
All right.
it was a movie of its time.
much.
Obviously, it's not, but it's kind of, you can liken it to Just One of the Guys.
Oh, totally.
And,
Is the just
you
one of
know,
the guys of the 90s. Yes.
And whatever, Juana Man or whatever. I don't know.
I might have gone with Motocrossed. If you guys have seen that Disney Channel joint.
I don't know if I ever watched that, but I do know what you're talking about.
I'm thinking about doing another Disney Channel December, folks. I'm just saying.
Oh boy. Okay, if you do, and if you do the movie Susie Q with Amy Jo Johnson and Justin Whalen.
I already want to do it. I need to see it.
Oh my God, I love it. I found like a really shitty cut of it on YouTube. And it's
Was it on Disney Plus?
No.
No, it wasn't. I
not.
found like a really shitty print of it that someone put on YouTube. And
Ooh.
because I remember watching it when I was younger and loving it, and as an adult, it's like the only way I can watch it. And
man.
I love Susie Q.
This sounds like a good deep cut Disney
I
Channel joint.
do no Disney without Boogedy and Richard Mason.
I promise if we do Disney Channel December, Boogedy will be in there. I
Thank
wanted
you.
to do it last time. And I
I
got my
hope
break
someone's
in.
keeping. I hope someone's keeping time of like how much we're actually talking about
Oh, My Girl?
Yeah, right. Well, we'll get back to it
Yeah,
because
we're talking about
the
Richard
chat is
Mason.
going on with the pitches.
Yeah.
And I will say, as to the My Girl Interrupted thing, I just want to riff off that real quick before I get back to the chat because I always felt like you could have gotten a My Girl 3. I know I do this a lot, the time travel pitch, but somewhere around like 97, 98 even, where she's kind of finishing high school, she's figuring out where she's going to go to college. And there was a lot of those movies, and there was a lot of that like leaving the nest kind of thing. And I feel like her and Dan Aykroyd, like that could have been a sweet movie,
Oh, the going into the 80s, My Girl 3? Absolutely.
Oh God, that would be great. Yeah, because it would be by that point, right?
Everybody needs to understand. Okay, you can have your Stranger Thing neon 80s. The true 80s for us kids, this was grandma's house in the 80s. This
Right.
is
Yeah.
like
Yes.
it was not cool.
It was
smelled like
lots
an
of ugly carpet.
Yeah.
Lots of ugly couches.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, it smelled like ashtrays and Miller
literally
Lite.
ashtrays and grandma like oils. Like that's
If you're in Chicago, it smelled like old style beer.
I was born at like the late end of the 80s and 88, but all the residuals were still around for a while. The residual aesthetics still lasted for a while.
Oh yeah, the early '90s were just the '80s part two. It's one of my favorite sequels of all human history.
every grandma's house in the 80s had green linoleum kitchens.
I mean, essentially, my aunt's house still looked the same until the day she died. So
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah, my grandparents' house too. But anyway, getting back to the chat, getting back to My Girl. So there's Michael Ricci saying My Girl Friday, and she's a total stoner with Ice Cube and Chris Tucker. I would love that. I would absolutely love. I think we need
Came out
more.
of nowhere.
I'm okay
You
with
know
it.
what? At least someone's staying on topic. It's fine.
Hey, you know what? I'll take a scene with Dan Aykroyd spraying his bathroom with, Lysol. I'll take it. Why not?
We need more in the hood movies in general, in my opinion. Like I needed a Pauly Shore in the hood movie. I needed, there's a lot of like I needed a Yahoo Serious in the hood. There's a lot that we didn't
Yeah,
get.
we need My Girl in the Hood.
Yeah, I do. I need that.
what?
All right. I need that. It could be sweet.
She
You
left,
don't know.
She left the city or she left she left small town for the city.
I mean, it's better than like Save the Last Dance or like whatever, Leprechaun in the Hood again. Like, come on. Like, need some more variety in these
Save the
90s.
Last Dance.
I'm just saying.
I remember seeing that in the theater.
Oh my God. Anything for My Girl tonight. Save the Last
that
Dance.
was off topic.
I never thought I would find a way to work Save the Last Dance into the show, but I've done it. All right. So Mike and Angie have a pitch. Their pitch. Veda and her husband are raising their twins, a boy and a girl, and struggle with raising children in modern society. Veda's father dies and she returns home with the kids. I thought a lot about a dead father thing, or a dead Jamie Lee Curtis thing. Either way, that could be an interesting side plot. While dealing with the loss of her dad, Veda notices a budding romance between her daughter and a local boy. She helps her daughter navigate her new feelings while she deals with the loss of her dad. So I like all of that very much. And normally I almost make it a cold rule for myself at least to never pitch like, and now they have kids is a thing. But I thought a lot about it, and My Girl is like one of the few things where it really does make a lot of sense. And I always also thought that like, even though this is sad, but it makes for an interesting movie, I could see her being a widower like her father was, or a single parent of some kind, and she's raising a boy, and it's my guy. And I know it's, cheesy because that's like the song My Guy and My Girl or whatever. But obviously, yes, you would have to be rolling into the mid to late 80s, early not or what time, if you're depending on when you do it. Now you're like, what's the nostalgia now? It's like taking place in 2001.
Okay. And there is a cousin of a guy who comes into town.
Is he cute?
Of course he is. Because he's Macaulay Culkin's cousin, played by
Kieran.
Culkin.
Kieran Culkin.
Okay,
Oh,
Not
Kieran.
Rory. Rory's creepy. Kieran is cute.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know there was a wrong way to
But how
Culkin.
interesting would it be to have, she's older now, and the love interest is Kieran.
I like it. I like it.
That,
I like it.
I think that would be interesting.
Oscar winner Kieran Culkin.
Exactly.
Ooh,
There
breaking
you
out the
go,
big
yeah.
guns.
With
yeah.
Oscar winner Jamie Lee Curtis and Oscar.
But
Dan
I would love.
Aykroyd,
For some reason,
And
I want
Oscar
either Jamie Lee
adjacent
Curtis.
Dan Aykroyd.
I want either Jamie Lee Curtis to be dead and she's embalming Jamie Lee Curtis now because she took over the family business,
Well, that's
or Dan Aykroyd is dead and Jamie Lee Curtis is like the catatonic grandma. Just because I think that would be a fun thing for her to
the
play.
catatonic grandma. I think that'd be amazing.
I think that would be hilarious.
Jamie Lee Curtis would never play a role where she can't, except for Halloween 2, where she couldn't like just talk
tonight.
Talk nonstop and make herself a part of whatever narrative is going on.
Well, I mean, she still could be a little crazy, I guess, too. So
Halloween ends tonight.
Yeah.
I'll always
give her that
Jamie
one
Lee
big
Curtis.
scene. Yeah.
I'll always cherish Jamie Lee Curtis, but
so I mean,
I guess every time she posts on social media, I'm like, shut up.
You know what? I'm gonna make a controversial statement here, and maybe we'll have to revisit this on a Halloween episode. But I am officially Team Danielle Harris. I've seen enough of Jamie Lee Curtis in Halloween at this point, and I need to see the Danielle Harris storyline resolved.
After the Blumhouse ones, I'm like, just kill me.
I mean, yeah, I definitely
please
share
kill
the
me if
suicidal
you're gonna put
sentiment.
another one into the universe, please.
So
even they lost interest by the end of it. But yeah, we're like, much like we're losing interest in My Girl by the second year, unfortunately. I don't know. It's a well-rounded episode, I will say.
Curtis, I was thinking we can maybe do like a horror type of style for the third movie. Like, obviously she's like in her 30s. Maybe she's still traumatized from kissing her cousin. Her best friend dying from bees. We can go bring Jamie Lee Curtis back into it because she's the queen of Halloween.
You're doing the
A24 do something horror with it.
Oh, like My Girl
did
H2O.
die tonight, and now he's in the mortuary.
Dude, okay, so yes, now my mind is going. My Girl H2O.
And Dan Aykroyd is the old naked greasy guy, right? That's in every one of those movies. Yeah, okay.
Can we please follow it up with My Girl Resurrection, where Busta Rhymes somehow kicks Anna Klumsky and says "trick or treat, motherfucker"?
I think so. The thing about My Girl that I think is really unique is she's, the Veda character is very, she's a little neurotic. She's like very in her thoughts. She is, still very has a lot of confused feelings about her mom not being around, and she also lives in a funeral home. And so when you're a kid, the idea of death can already be kind of scary because you're just, oh well, we don't know where we go after we die, and and you haven't really formed much of an opinion about it yet. And then her best friend dies. And so it's this girl who is like already just, having a difficult time being a young girl without a mom, but also being constantly like faced with mortality. And I just think it's such an interesting arc for someone to grow up in that kind of environment, and I'd be so interested to see who that person was as an adult.
So what I hear you saying is that she grew up to be a serial killer in some form?
Maybe, but probably a therapist.
So
Fair.
I kind of imagine now, like in Friday the 13th, 1 and 2, Crazy Ralph riding around town on his bicycle, telling everyone that she's got a death curse. Like, she killed her mother before she was even born.
Did you hear about the bee?
The bee.
She's got a death curse.
Oh God!
I was really I was so disappointed that I didn't have anything with like a bee on it that I could wear for the show. But
I had something. I didn't think to wear it. That would have been. Well, when we do VCR Redux, we'll have to.
I have
bring
a
it back.
shark onesie. I have a shark onesie if you ever want to do a shark episode about.
Well, weren't
shark.
you on our Jaws episode?
I have no clue.
At this point, yeah.
I may have been.
VCR Redux redo.
I think you were, but there is
Maybe I didn't have my shark onesie yet.
It is funny how this movie basically did kind of. This is the movie that made our generation aware that people are allergic to bees.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
and
yeah,
just because you're a kid, doesn't mean you won't get stung to death.
So I feel like this movie also may have been the last time, specifically that a 90s movie, even though it was early 90s, earned the whole like single parent kid thing. You know, it became the trope of every children's movie of the 90s. Mom's dead, or dad took off, or mom took off, or dad's dead, or what, And to the point where I remember channel surfing and seeing a clip of Fly Away Home, and I had never seen a bit of this movie. And it's like her laying in bed, and like the dad's there, they're like in some attic somewhere, and she just rolls over, and I shit you not, I go, Dad, what was mom like? And she I says the exact same fucking line, and I'm like, this is insane. This is so ridiculous. Like, we need to stop.
I remember seeing Fly Away Home in the theater too.
Yeah, I saw that in the theater as well.
Is that the one?
The crossover we need, Fly Girl.
Fly Girl.
Is that Jeff
although I will say, you could just do the like Brooklyn early 90s version, and it's like, Rosie Perez is a single mom, or somehow Rosie Perez is the one the dad would date. As long as Rosie Perez is in it, I'm there. Or J-Lo.
Do the right girl? Like what?
Fly Girl. I'm just saying, you can do no wrong. It's good enough for In Living Color. It's good enough for you. All right, there is more pitches in the chat though, and again, we may be without an airborne pitch tonight. So
seriously,
if you feel like pitching a skate movie in the chat for Sean Gold, who's not here with us, we appreciate it. If not, I may be able to wing it. Any rate, Whiskey 41 with the pitch. His pitch. Our boy is all grown up now. He'll never forget his loss. The summers by the lake, frolicking in the woods. But the past is gone now, and he's found the next best thing. Steven Seagal in My Wig. See, he's getting sneakier and sneakier with the Seagal pitches. I love it, though. So Michael Ricci also saying, My Girl Next Door is more like a skin flick, okay? Did not see that one coming. Although, if you give me the Golden Girl Next Door with Rue McClanahan, that I'm in favor of.
That's not happening, sadly.
Yep, none of that's going to be happening.
There's time machines in VCR Redux land where we get to make whatever we want, and dead stars come back to life in the VCR. The magic of video, it's all possible. And Richard Mazur's here, so anything's possible. But Dustin Yu says, just make sure for Ian's sake that Richard Mazur is in My Girl 3. That's a very good point.
That's not even an option.
Not an option for him to not be there. So Ian, how would you have Richard Mazur return?
Oh,
Dan Aykroyd's funeral. I mean, boom, there you are. He's
honestly, I hate saying it, but that was kind of like where I was going with it. Like the movie starts off with Richard Mazur like having a party and stuff like that, and he has a heart attack like at the party.
Oh, Dan Aykroyd does?
Or Richard Mazur does? Richard Mazur. I mean, either one.
You would kill your beloved Richard Mazur.
If he's the catalyst, what makes
wow.
It's fucking nothing sacred to you.
Wow.
You country club people are all the same. Cold, heartless. Richard Mazur's just another number on a spreadsheet to you, I guess.
How dare you, sir? Listen, all right. If you're gonna do it, it depends on how you're gonna do it. Okay, are we saying this is in the 90s? Is that how we're saying it? Or
I mean, there's no rules. You do what you pitch what you want. You got a time machine.
Well, I mean, honestly, if it was set in the 70s, where they were younger in the 70s, I mean, they basically would be about the age they are now, so it would actually probably be today. And I maybe she goes back to California, so maybe Dan Aykroyd does die, and she goes back to California, to give his precious tuba to Richard Mazur, right? And but again, it mixes everything we've been talking about. It's the I need to get out of there. She sells the funeral home business. She starts off anew, and she meets this really talented bum actor in LA named Kieran Culkin, and has that like romance that happens,
I like that. I love the Culkin thing.
I would see. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
No. I was rambling.
And they go to the La Brea tar pit to meet her Austin O'Brien again, to like give him.
He's homeless. panhandling at the tar pits.
just put it in there somehow or another. But actually, no, I think if you're gonna do this,
I just gotta go on a rant. There's a little thing, and spoiler alert again, Jazz, I'm sorry. There's a scene in My Girl 2 where he steals the moon ring that Thomas J died to get for Veda, and like he like runs off with it. He fakes that he dropped in the tar, and like I don't know. It's just this. They never earn the forgiveness of that. Like
I'll
that's
say that would piss me off. Thank you for the warning.
yeah, that's a rage bait right there. I still have not forgiven Austin O'Brien for that, and for the box office underperformance of Last Action Hero, which, again, with Jonathan Brandis, would have been.
Okay, so Kieran, the third act, climax is, Kieran proposes to her, and he gets in the car, and he crashes his car. Why? Because he gets stung by a bee that came into the car.
No.
If you're gonna do it, people earn it, and that would earn it, man.
I would picture her character potentially just as, taking over. I mean, I know it sounds really basic, but just taking over the funeral home for her dad. And Dan Aykroyd doesn't have to be dead, but he could be, he obviously is old and is facing mortality, and kind of the same way she did in the original, but now it's her dad and Jamie Lee Curtis, and
again, it could be that Jamie Lee Curtis died, but then you're kind of resetting back to the beginning, and
would that make
well, yeah, sense? What if that was her? What if the roles are reversed, and now, like in the original, she's like grieving for this mom she never knew, and now her dad is a widower again, and she's helping him through it like he did with her in the original.
I like that.
All the while they're like embalming bodies downstairs.
Oh, I like that. And
Kieran
it's a full circle moment.
And Kieran Culkin is a competing mortuary guy that opens
that up too. That could, yeah.
I refuse to do this without Richard Mazer or Kieran Culkin. Like, it's just not going to happen.
And I think, them in the movie. You're just like, forget Rory Culkin. Let's just go with Kieran. So.
That I'm definitely 100% on board with that. The Richard Mazer and the Kieran Culkin.
But I'm tick off the audience. At one moment, she has a dream, and you bring back Macaulay Culkin just for that one dream as an adult.
So if you just keep
honestly, that could actually be a beautiful scene. You have a young, like her as a young person, but she sees him as an adult.
Okay, that's gonna be my question.
Because she's imagining, what does he look like?
I think I just know you well enough to know that your first take is like the Gilbert dream sequence from Revenge of the Nerds 2, Nerds in Paradise, and you're a sick man for thinking that. I know you didn't say it out loud, but I know you're thinking it.
I like Gilbert from part 3.
You're even sicker, man. All right, so there are more pitches in the chat. There's actually a lot of pitches. So thank you guys for kicking so much butt for us today in the chat. So Dustin Nino retrofitting his pitch. My Girl 3, The Blood Vendetta. Veda is kidnapped by El Salvadorian Contra rebels, so Dan Aykroyd and Richard Mazer must get their long-lost brother, Michael Dudikoff, to invade El Salvador to save Veda. I'm drooling, and I want this movie so bad. Oh my God. Invasion USA, and you could have Chuck Norris, and then you bring along Jonathan Brandis, and it all comes together. I'm just saying. Travis Mitchell, a serious pitch in his words. Set in 1984, Veda is a young adult called back after the death of Miss Sennett, who's left her belongings. Macaulay Culkin returns in his present age, revealing Thomas had an older brother who was in Vietnam when Thomas was killed. Because he was taken, he never had that relationship with his mom that Thomas had, and Veda helps him find peace. Oh wow, that's like a
deep one.
A very deeply emotional pitch. I like that. Harrowing journey. Whiskey 4-1 with the pitch. Mitchell and the gang take in their first girl bra skater, and she proves ladies are just as good at slapping around the preps. Katie Sackhoff is girl born. I don't know who Katie Sackhoff is.
There you go. There's your airborne.
Katie Sackhoff was in Halloween Resurrection, and then is sci-fi people are really into her because she was on. Was she in like Battlestar Galactica or something?
Was
I
she
don't
on
know.
Dawson's Creek?
I don't think so.
No.
Okay, I know, but I think she
It
was
was
in
the
some. She
Mandalorian,
was like
okay.
very popular in the sci-fi crowd before Mandalorian. Like I think she was on one of those like.
Look.
And
Okay,
Battlestar Galactica.
Galactica.
Look.
It was Battlestar Galactica.
It doesn't fracking matter. If you don't have Richard Mazer in this
We know.
version,
We know.
Karen Colton,
doesn't
He'll
yes.
be
happen.
in the movie. He'll
right,
be in
thank
the movie.
I'm
I'm
All
writing
I
it now.
fracking ask you people.
I'm writing it right now.
Thank you.
Melanie's the cure to Ian's hangups. So I mean, I love this. We've kind of run the gamut of this in like almost every way. The only thing we haven't pitched is like the Karate Kid 3, My Girl 3, just for the sake of the Terry Silver fans in the chat. If there's a way to bring an evil ponytailed billionaire into the equation, I'm all for it. As long as
That's
Owner
where
of
he
a
could
bigger
like run
funeral
off
home.
to and like restart his other Cobra Kai.
Oh, yes.
If I'm not mistaken, currently Richard Mazer does have a long ponytail. Could work that he is now rich.
I don't know about the
Veda
ponytail.
has to save the family business from being taken over by a big corporate funeral home owned by
Death.
Terry Silver of Karate Kid 3.
Okay, so what year would this be though? For this timeline of
I don't
having
know.
Terry Silver.
86.
86.
know.
Okay, so
What year did all the Friday the 13th take place? I don't know.
Well, if
That's
you
a
really
hard
follow,
math,
no.
I've had to
Go-
live. I've had to live with the uncertainty of it.
No,
I've
there's-
had a really good casting choice for a young Terry Silver if there was ever like a prequel story, but we can't have that now.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
dish.
so it's really, really stupid and cheesy, but basically Jason David Frank, rest in peace. Like if he were still alive, like if they made it in the 90s, because he had the whole ponytail thing going on too.
That's
Who is
true,
this?
yeah.
Who'd you
The
say?
Green Ranger.
Frank, the Green Ranger from
Oh
the Power Rangers.
yeah. Well, Green Ranger, White Ranger.
Eventually
Black,
Red
yeah.
Ranger, yeah. The Ponytail Ranger, whatever.
Yeah.
Ponytail Power Ranger.
I always had a crush on the Power Ranger that ended up getting arrested for he was illegally obtaining small business COVID loans.
What?
Holy shit,
Yeah,
which fucking
look it
Ranger was
up.
that?
Austin St. John, the Red
The Red?
Ranger. He played Jason, and I had a huge crush on him. And he
You always
is.
go for the weird ones.
I think he might be going to jail because he got caught scamming the government for small business COVID loans.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And he was my choice for a young John Kreese too. Go
Austin
figure.
St. John?
Yeah, Austin St. John.
Okay. Wow. Well,
Always
that is
switch
a
you to the
The
lesson.
love of my life when I was
yeah.
5 years
OG
old.
Red Ranger.
Al, always go for the one with glasses.
David
trip
Yost.
down.
The blue
Oh
Ranger.
yeah. Well, I think you would have barking up the wrong tree with that one,
pressure
David
hard.
Yost. Yeah. So, I gotta say we've covered a pretty impressively wide gamut of these My Girl threequels. But we didn't. I know there was some talk of a horror version. I guess Veda really could be a cold-blooded killer at the end of the day.
I'm telling you, serial
Good
killer.
sweet lords.
There is kind of a death becomes her. Like if you think about it, it almost kind of fits.
Just because it's a funeral home, it's a good family practice.
Veda could have gone aggressively goth in the
There
80s,
was a
and I
lot
would
of
have been there
trauma
for it.
in her life in her young days. I mean, if that's not figured out, bad things can happen.
Veda goes goth. I would watch
I'm
it.
just more hopeful. Like she went to Pizza Hut or something at the end of the movie. I don't know. Like, jeez.
Veda goes goth, and she befriends Phil Hartman's daughter from House Guest.
Oh.
And
I think that actress has passed away, actually.
what? The daughter from
Yes.
House Guest?
I was just,
Fuck.
don't ask me why. I was recently
No.
on the IMDb for House Guest. And
Oh, this is why we're friends.
I saw that she had passed away. But the son, played by
R.I.P.
Chauncey Leopardi from
course.
Sandlot, is still
Yes.
around.
Oh.
Don't
So-
worry, Ian. We will still cast Richard Mazer and Kieran Culkin in the horror films.
Yes.
It's in my
Yes.
contract. I refuse to watch this unless it's in there.
No, I
Well,
think that's a good idea. And taking from I actually like Travis's idea a lot. That it would be, I mean, it's kind of, I guess because Kieran is Macaulay's younger brother, but in this context, I guess it wouldn't matter so much since he wasn't in the original film anyway. But I actually think that's a really good idea. Like, she comes back because, you know, she stayed, you know, remained close with Macaulay Culkin's mom over the years, and then she passed away, and it turns out she like left behind, you know, a shoebox full of Thomas J's things for, you know, for her,
Funny,
for
I had that
Veda.
note on my stuff too, is having like
Yeah.
a box full of letters from Thomas.
Yeah, or just little things like these were keepsakes that I kept of his, and now I want you to have them. And then also she, you know, Thomas J's brother is there, and he is like, I was in Vietnam. I wasn't here when my brother died, or whatever. But it's Kieran Culkin. So it's like also funny.
Now you want
I
Ian
don't
over.
I don't know why. I literally have this. If it was taken real seriously, a beautiful vision though of her dreaming about Macaulay Culkin as an adult, and literally you have bees flying around. Like, it's not done in.
Now you're sick.
Hear me out.
This was
Hear me
gonna
out.
be a nice.
It's not in
This is
bad
gonna be a
taste.
nice dream sequence, and
Yes,
now you
but
got
it's-
Macaulay Culkin with bees buzzing around
But
his
that's
head.
the whole point. It's like he's brave now, right? And like
he was
Doesn't
brave
matter
then. He was
being
brave.
I know,
and
but I'm
He was
stupid.
saying like
brave.
it's a brave scene to do. Having him like now it's nothing to be afraid of now.
Yeah,
It's like
'cause
when you
he's
pitch the
dead.
Wonderland Murders as a comedy.
You know,
It's not. He's not afraid because he's already dead. They already killed him. He has nothing to
then
lose.
it's fine. Then it's butterflies. If you guys want to be that kind of filmmaker,
Yes.
Just
Anything
cover
other
him
than
in
bees.
honey. Cover him in honey. Why don't you?
that would
That's
be.
like imagining Anakin Skywalker's heaven is like a lazy river made of lava, you know?
It would be kind of funny.
Maybe Candyman is there too.
Oh my god,
Ian.
it'd be kind of funny. That's funny. Oh my gosh, Macaulay Culkin as Candyman.
All right, that I'm in for. All
That's
right,
funny.
I'm in for that, 100%.
I'm in for
But
that.
we are at VCR overtime at this
And
point,
Richard
so
Mazer.
and yes,
Yes!
Richard Mazer will be there. Okay, he'll be there. Everything we pitch from now on, just for you, Grandpa. All right, I guess it is time for me to wrap this up and say that if you came here for the magical mind of Melanie Mullen, you'll definitely want to check out her latest episode of the Spooky Picture Show on the made-for-TV Sherry Belafonte classic, The Midnight Hour, available in all your podcast places.
Oh,
I actually
wow.
was not on that episode, but
Well,
that's
shit
okay.
me.
That was before I was on the podcast. It's okay. There's lots of episodes.
Well, they're all
Um,
great. I went to the latest. I thought that was the latest thing I saw. Maybe my feed is outdated. Anyway,
Personally, my favorite recent episode, if you're going to listen to any like of the more recent episodes, my favorite is the episode titled Sloppy Seconds, and it's just about the worst sequels. We pick our least favorite sequels in
that's
franchises.
very VCR Redux relevant. I
Mhm.
like that. Good choice. And well, also, if you came here for the musical mastery of Jazz Bielby, then you definitely want to catch her with the Vancouver Master Chorale, December 6th and 7th in Vancouver, Washington.
Ooh.
And if you came here for the highbrow snobbery, then you need to check out Ian for the anthology, The Cthulhu Dreams from Inked Publishing, featuring Ian's short horror story, And Now I See, available now on Amazon and Barnes & Noble.
Thank
So
you.
everyone's
Yes.
got cooler stuff in the going on than me. And of course, you Fandom fans definitely want to tune in next Wednesday at 9 p.m. when 90s November continues as we go all the way down Townsend for our Meteor Man episode.
Oh.
As always, if you enjoyed this video, the best way to help is to smash that like button and leave a comment telling us what movie or TV franchise that you want us to cover on a future episode of VCR Redux. And since you're already doing that, you might as well go ahead and like, subscribe, and follow Fandom Spotlight, The Spooky Picture Show, The Vancouver Master Chorale, and Pop Culture Punk. Until then, back at those Betamax, rewind those Laserdiscs, and we'll see you at the movies.